Friends, in this video for iThought Advisor, I am going to talk to you on the topic an advisor's call of duty. What should one expect from an advisor? Most people do not go too far beyond returns. So, if they get returns, they are happy with the advisor. Think about this. An advisor who does very well for a period of time starts doing badly with the same investments which did well earlier. How do we view him? Most people change their mind about the advisor when the advice stops working in their favor. Then the advisor is not able to come forward with his next advice because the investor is not going to receive it. After that, we usually see a breakdown. Both the person giving the advice and taking the advice is not willing to come to some point of agreement. So, the advice is either not given or not accepted or not implemented, which means the advice has very limited usage. The primary call of duty for an advisor is to ensure that there is never going to be a breakdown between him and his investor. That's the basic thing, which means the conversation should always prepare the investor for what's going to happen next. Most advisors prepare the investor only when they feel that good things are going to happen next. Rarely do they go and tell the investor that your portfolio is not going to do well in the foreseeable future. Because if you tell that, you fear that the advisory relationship may break down. The advisor's call of duty is best implemented or actionized through a series of steps. The first one is preparation. An advisor should always be well informed. His thought process should always be a bit ahead of market, and he should know all his investments well. Whatever he has given advice, he should be tracking them. He should always be on top of the idea. That essentially comes to the second need, which is research. If you have to be on top of the idea, you should be researching your ideas steadily. You should always be well prepared to take advantage of any opportunity which Mr. Market may throw at you. Your research should be ready and waiting to action what you want to do and what the market is going to allow you to do. Research is a very, very important component of an advisor's toolkit. The next point is deployment. I have seen a lot of advisors give good ideas, but they don't execute. They don't deploy money. I may like a stock, but I don't buy enough of it for the client. I may like a mutual fund. I fail to convince my client to deploy money in that. He says that he doesn't want to do it now. He gives me a view on the macros. He gives me a political view. He gives me a global view, but he doesn't act on the advice. So, deployment does not happen. An advisor should ensure that deployment always happens and it is consistent with what he thinks is optimal. Suppose I think that in a particular fund he must be owning 10% of his liquid wealth portfolio. I must ensure that he owns 10%. There is absolutely no use in owning 2% when the advice is to own 10%. There is no value in delaying that execution. Most of you are aware that under many circumstances we receive the advice but we don't action it. We say I'll see it next month, next year. Those days never happen because the investment value changes and you are not able to pay more to buy the same investment. So, preparedness should ensure that you are able to action and deploy money when the opportunity is before you. Profit booking is the next most important thing. Most people make money in a theme and they don't sell. There are very clear pointers as to when you should sell an idea which has worked very well. You should have sold FMCG sometime earlier this year before the correction happened, especially during the second wave of lockdown which was imposed, because at that time FMCG had one last hurrah before it started correcting. When you do profit booking, what do you achieve? First, you take money off the table and keep it for a rainy day when you can put it back. The second thing you do is you prepare to go out of good successful bets, and you make sure that the profit is not notional and it becomes real. The third thing you do is you create space in your portfolio for fresh ideas. All this has to happen at the hands of a good advisor. So, profit booking is very critical to achieve these objectives. We all think that the primary duty of the advisor is to generate high returns. But there are two things more important than that. The first one is the risk management. How are you viewing risks? How are you anticipating them? How are you responding to them? And how are you ensuring that the investor is always in a safer place that he can withstand? Because if you are in a safer place than you can withstand, then you are better off. Whereas if you are in a place where it will be very difficult for you to withstand, then you are going to crumble when you are faced with adversity. So, risk management is critical, and investors should have a support system for that risk management, and you should always be ready to act when the time is right. Selling is one of the most important actions. That's where most people fail. Rarely you have seen investors delay buying, while you have seen them do the selling in haste and regretting at leisure. So, risk management is extremely critical for every investor, and the advisor owns that responsibility. Lastly, we come to risk alignment. You have a risk profile as an investor. I have a risk profile as an advisor. I should not make you invest like the way I invest. I should make you invest to what is your risk profile. This is something not seen in the Indian advisory system as much as it is seen in the West. Here, we still see a lot of product marketing happening under the guise of advice. So, the risk alignment often goes haywire. We have seen how people have gone into bull markets owning only one type of asset or just a few funds, and those funds have already run up significantly. You refuse to take your money out. By virtue of that, your profits may become notional when they could have become real, and your financial security is still in danger. This is something that you need to always be vigilant about, and you need to be conscious of, and you need to avoid this situation at all times. An advisor's call of duty is to ensure that he is well prepared, he is able to research whatever he wants and identify opportunities, he is able to deploy money when the opportunities are before him, he is able to do profit booking in a way which is disciplined, systematic and value driven, and lastly, he has a risk management approach which always safeguards the investor at all times, and that risk management approach keeps the investor aligned to his risk profile and never out of sync. These are some of the aspects which I believe are every advisor's call of duty, and every advisor must bring this into his process and deliver it to every investor who seeks his advice. Whether you give that advice formally or informally, organizing your thoughts, organizing your ideas and delivering it to society must be done with strong covenants and best practices which always are meant to protect the investor, to grow his investment and make him enjoy the fruits of compounding. Thank you very much for watching this video.